All right, good morning, everybody. Survival living here. So as you can see, got a lot done. I am exhausted. I didn't work out today. I didn't work out yesterday. As you guys know, I've had some injuries in the past, and I got water on my knee, so got it braced up. Yesterday when I got home from work, I was supposed to tear down all that plastic. I've got a lot of new stuff in, tar paper tape for the joints. I was going to seal everything up, and I actually got a Tyvek style product. I went down to Home Depot and got that, and I was going to house wrap it, and also got some roof underlaying I was going to put on. And now today is raining, so we're not going to be able to do that. Last night, I took it easy last night, put on some Led Zeppelin, and did some wiring. So let's go ahead and take you inside, show you what we're going to be working with over this next week on the interior, and hopefully tomorrow the weather will be decent and I can remove all of that plastic and actually get the proper material up, because you don't want to be using plastic. It doesn't breathe. Plastic builds up condensation and your wood will start to rot. So that's just to keep it dry as much as possible in this Florida weather we have. So let's go on inside. And of course, the most important is coffee, all right? Oh, yeah, yes. Freaking coffee is awesome. I'm a prepper. I stock up a lot of coffee. It keeps everybody safe around me. So this is the kitchen area, guys. Something I'm working with here. We're building a countertop, shelving underneath, and there's actually going to be shelving above. As you guys know, we use a gas stove. This is a Ozark Trail, I believe, double burner. Is what we've been using for a very long time. So I was running electrical. We're using Romex 12-2 Romex. It's just 3-prong, hot, common, and a ground, and running our receptacles for this. Now for our major load appliances here in the kitchen, we've got breaker boxes. This whole process is in my head, which is a very scary place. It is, but don't worry, I wrote things down and drew diagrams and blueprints. This here is going to be our main hub for the kitchen appliances. So my wife, she's got some over there, her air fryer, her cappuccino machine. We have a slow cooker. All these things we've actually run off the solar grid we have in our trailer, but we're going to be building a much larger solar grid. That's why I got a dedicated room back there. It's going to be everything for our solar grid. It's going to be huge. But this is the main hub for that. I got another outlet over there. Let me spin you around. Right here, we got 2 outlets, total of 4 sockets. This is going to go back in storage. This is a DC cooler. It drops down the ambient temperature 40 degrees. And we've been using this outdoors for a while now, but we're installing 2 mini fridges, one up on the top and one down below. That's going to be our refrigeration systems, and they'll be dedicated on this. It's got its own breaker going to the fuse panel, and so does the other. Now, if you see a bunch of these little gray boxes with nothing in them, that is for our light switches. I use DC lighting, and the reason being I don't need a specific breaker for the breaker system for them, because they'll be run into a blockhead going in through our charge controllers. And yes, they will have fuses on them, but they're not a heavy load. I don't have to worry about breakers. So these will be light switches for when we need those. We got those in every room. You'll see them when we're doing a walkthrough in here. I do apologize for the lighting right now. It's just incandescent lights, but I think they are LEDs, filaments in them. I don't know. They're a little bit less power than the regular light bulbs. But pulled wire. As of right now, all electrical is ran for our AC current. I have to get the appropriate gauge wire. I have to order that to run all of our DC lighting, which would be quick, easy to do. Same with our light sources for outdoors. Those are DC lighting, and they will be hooked up on switches as well, regular light switch. That way we can floodlight everything we need. So it's coming along okay. I used 200 feet of 12-2 Romex. I thought I could do it with 100 feet. No, this is 12 by 20, 12? Yes, 12 by 24. This is the size of this building. And we also went and picked up a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll go over that material for you guys, kind of show you what I'm going to be doing this week. Like I said, today, taking a little easy. I got some small projects I'm going to work on in here. One, cleaning up my construction mess. But before we get further into the video, a real quick word from my sponsors. All right, guys, so today's video is actually sponsored by Magic Spoon. So Magic Spoon had contacted us a little while back about checking out their cereals. And guys, I like having breakfast, but I never have time to actually sit down and make breakfast. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the shipyard. I don't have time. This makes it much easier, especially being high in protein. For you that don't know much about my channel, I work in the shipyard, I work out, and we're currently building a home. So protein is very key in my daily life. So having something that's high in protein, this is 13 grams of protein per serving. Pretty awesome. So with this cereal, guys, this is a high protein, keto friendly, grain free, soy free, wheat free, naturally flavored. This is a childhood flavored cereal that's perfect for grown-ups. All right, so we have the frosted. This has sent me the variety pack. We have the cocoa, we've got peanut butter, and we have fruity. So they sent us several of these things to be testing out and stuff, and of course I made sure I saved my props and did not eat those, but instead I've been munching on the other ones. And it's actually a very good cereal. I actually do enjoy it. My wife loves it as well, and it's something real quick and easy that we can actually make before we go into work, because we do work early hours. So guys, if you are interested in Magic Spoon, of course, if you use our promo code SURVIVAL, you get $5 off your order. Or you can always go to magicspoon/survival, and you can get that promo code there as well. And there should be a nice little QR code popped up there for you guys. You can actually scan that and do it directly that way. Now, one of the things I will speak about Magic Spoon is their happiness guarantee. If you're not happy with your order, no questions asked, they'll refund you. So definitely check them out, and again, links are in the description for this product. So to Magic Spoon for the sponsorship in this video, we definitely do appreciate it, and we're really loving the cereal. All right, so I got a whole bunch of switches. These are just basic 15 amp switches. Like I said, they're going to be running DC. The DC current is not even close to 15 amp, so this is going to be our lighting, because everything's going to be DC lighting. It's what we've been using the past 3 years. It's been working great, low draw in our system. So I got a whole bunch of those. Tyvek tape. Got 3 rolls. I did have to use a little bit of this the other day when I wrapped everything with plastic. These are 164 feet, and I don't think I'm going to need that much. So once I Tyvek everything, we actually got Everbuilt is the name brand of the Tyvek house wrap. So it's not Tyvek, that's the name of the product, but it's a house wrap. So we got Everbuilt product. So we got 3 rolls of that. Go over some things. This is the seam tape, roof deck seam tape. This is the stuff that we got. When I peel off the plastic and make sure that the weather conditions are right and the wood's dry, this is going between each of our joints on the roof. It's going to go on, if I have enough, I'm going to do every single piece of plywood OSB on the roof itself. It's going to go on every OSB joint on the outside walls. It's going to go on the bottom. This way everything is sealed on all the joints, so there's no way any moisture can be leaking in. So we got 4 of these. They are 66.7 feet, 4 inches across. I don't know if you can see the diagram or not. This stuff is pretty cool. I've been looking for something like this, and this is the brand that they had, Tight Seal. Slip resistant, self-adhesive for roofing and exterior walls. It's not bad. I think I paid 20 bucks a roll, so it wasn't too bad. Also, let's talk about our electrical right fast, besides the Romex cable that we got. These are our breaker boxes. This is the box. I got 3 of them. They are 4 circuit, and I believe they are 40 amp. Let me look at it again. I'm still half asleep, guys. It is a 40 amp because the way I had it set up, each one is using 20 amp breakers, okay? So you get all the grinding lugs and everything out of there. Of course, they do have a face cover, but so just a 2 breaker system. This is what my thoughts are with this. That's our grounding lug right there. That has to be mounted here. This is my thoughts on electrical. We are picking up another Vevor 3000 watt 7000 peak power inverter, solar generator inverter. We're going to pick up another one because we already received one to do our review, and that's going to be integrated into our system. So we have at least three 3000 watt inverters. The one we're currently using inside our trailer has a peak power, is a 3500 watt with a peak power of 5000. We've been using that for 3 years. So we're going to be using 3 inverters. Each inverter is going to be set up with its own fuse box. Okay, so like I said, we've got 3 of these. Now from this, there's only going to be 2 major circuits, each one at 20 amp. So one box is going to be running our air condition and our heater. That way they both have their own separate block. They have their own power supply, they have their own inverter system, they have their own fuse panel. The next one is the bedroom and TV room, comms room, stuff like that. That's running our security cameras, our TV, all that stuff, because that all gets integrated into our TV system anyway. We'll just hit a certain mode and we're able to pull up our security camera footage. So that will be a separate block and a separate fuse panel. So fuse panel number 2, separate block. Bathroom will have its own breaker box, 20 amp. I've only got GFIs and 1 extra outlet across the wall away from the water source. So that's enough to run in here on its own breaker box. The 3rd fuse panel is going to be running the kitchen. 1 breaker is going to be running the refrigerators. The next breaker is going to be running the heavy loads for the kitchen itself on that 1 block I first showed you. So that'll be 3 individual fuse panels, and that will also be 3 individual inverters running each one of these power stations. Okay. I know there's going to be people, well, what I would have done is bought 1 big one, yada yada yada. That's cool, I understand, but I'm dealing with solar, and if one part of the system is to fail, I also want to have independent systems able to run. As a prepper, I like to have that fallback and redundancy, because I've been there when one part of a system fails and it all goes out because you relied on everything in 1 box. Me, I don't like that. Costs a little bit more doing it this way, but I know no matter what, if something happens to one of the inverters, one of the charge controllers, one of the fuse boxes, whatever, I know that's only 1/3 of my power system that's dropped. I still have 2/3 of power system still running. So that's why we're doing it that way. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta squat down on this knee. Out here, 2 feet, actually it's 2.5 feet away from the house, is our grounding rod. It's an 8-foot rod. I've got it beat down all the way down to about 4 inches above ground, and I'll finish beating it down the rest of the way. We have our grounding rod lug and solid copper wire. I went ahead and just test fit this stuff up right now. That way I know how much copper wire I'm gonna need to run through and tie into each one of those fuse box. Because those fuse boxes have their own grounding lug, I want to get all 3 strands. It's a 25-foot copper wire here. I just have it stretched out, kind of get all the kinks and stuff out. I'll probably be going through the bottom, coming up through the studs that way I can tie into the fuse box themselves. So that is good. You do need to ground your home. So this is an 8-foot copper rod. It's I got the 1/2 inch. Started up on the roof, beating it with a hammer, coming down, and I grabbed this step ladder, stood on it, beat it the rest of the way down. So yeah, a lot of fun. So that is that as far as what I've been able to accomplish so far. Guys, I work all week just like everyone else. I try to come back here on the weekends and do a large project here, but every day when I come home I try to do at least an hour here, try to get things built as much as possible. So we really want to get moved into this thing as much as possible. I want to take the time and thank everybody that's reached out by our PayPal to help finance this. That's never required, guys. It does help us out. Of course it does, all right? And I appreciate that. It's never required, though. So I want to thank you again for that. Because basically, I work in the shipyard. That check comes in and goes to the build. My wife, she works a full-time job, too. Right now, her check is our odds and ends and stuff that we need to take care of during the week. The money I make here on YouTube, that pays our actual bills, cell phones, car insurance, gas, all that stuff. That's what I mean, we still make money on YouTube, don't get me wrong. We've always been open about it. Hear the frogs? They're raising Cain. So this is the project here. I don't know if you can see the moisture that's trapped in that plastic. This is why you don't use plastic. Let me get you over here. See this? That is moisture trapped in the plastic here. All right. This is why you don't use plastic. This is where I use the Tyvek tape just to seal this up. But there's moisture. Oh, my apologies again, guys. I stretch out my knee. It's another reason why I wasn't on the roof. This is it, guys. It's ever built. It is house wrap. I keep calling it Tyvek. It's not. Tyvek is a different brand, but it's the same type of material. This stuff breathes. It keeps moisture out, but allows your house to breathe compared to plastic. This is 9 foot at 150 feet. That is what we're going to use to wrap the sides of the house. And I've got to show you, we got Gaff Weather Watch. That is our underlayment that we're going to be putting on the roof. We got 150 feet of that to run our roof out, to seal up the roof before we put the roof on. We are going to be using shingles. I've decided to go ahead and do shingles. Our water catchment system is going to have a good filter to filter out any chemicals and stuff that comes off of shingles, because shingles are treated with, most of the time, asphalt. So you got diesel, kerosene, you got chemicals. All right, I don't know exactly which ones they are, but that's what we'll be using. We don't have the water catchment built yet. We're going to be using 2 IBC totes, probably 250 to 275 each. We're going to have 2 of them. And then we'll have a water pump to pump through our PEX to all of our water stations, the shower, the toilet, the bathroom sink, and kitchen sink. So I've shown that water pump before. It's a 12-volt system, has an automatic cutoff, uses DC power. DC power I love because it's a low amperage draw on your appliances. That's why I love solar. You can use inverters to power up AC, but DC, in my opinion, is where it's at. I love DC work. So let me show you the gaff right fast, and we'll wrap this up. All right, this stuff is not light. Gaff is the name brand. Weather Watch. It is a leak barrier mineral surfaced. All right, pick and steel underlayment. I know it says pick and seal, but I also got me some roofing nails, cap nails, just in case, because I know the Florida sun likes to melt everything. So this is 150 feet. It is 3 foot wide. The material has a sticky side that goes down the bottom and has this rubberized side on the top. So sticky side down, rubberized side on the top. You got to get that put on before we can ever start doing shingles. And instead of just using a regular Tyvek, this stuff here is a leak barrier. I mean, I know it's not going to leak. So that was our main thing between that and our tape, that rubberized sticky asphalt tape stuff. I just want to make sure nothing leaks, because last thing you want to do is have a house that gets wet. Down here in Florida, if you got moisture in your home, Mildew, black mold. You don't want to be fighting that all the time. I mean, I could go and buy some Kilts paint and prime out the interior walls. I could before we sealed up the fiberglass of the insulation. That's a very expensive step. Is it necessary? No. But will it make your walls and stuff last longer? Very possible. I don't know. Leave it in the comment, guys, what y'all think about that. The interior here is dry right now, but if I went and got Kilts, and Kilts works amazingly well, and I put a coat of Kilts all on the interior, even the studs, it would protect against black mold build, growth, mildew. Leave in the comment. Let me know what you guys think. I know we have a lot of guys here and gals that do construction. They do lumber, housing. Let's get your expertise on that, because it's a thought process I'm looking into just to make it last longer. But let me know what y'all think. All right, guys. Definitely. I am so tired. I definitely appreciate you being here with us. I have some things to do today. I have a review video for another company I got to go work on. A whole home generator, solar generator. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about that, and I found one. So I got to do the video on that as well. So anyway, guys, this build, I love doing it. I'm exhausted though. You guys stay safe, keep prepping. All right, take care of your families as much as possible. We got a lot of stuff going on, everything from economics to global conflict. Even though they're not naming it global conflict yet, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. We got some major shit coming our way. What we need to do is make sure that we are self-sufficient as possible, have supplies put back so that when it pops, you're not there trying to figure out how you're going to feed and take care of your family. It's your responsibility to do those steps now and take care of your family. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.